Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round number 9 here of the Vroom Vroom League. I am your host, I'm Casa, and we are coming to you from the night race here in Bahrain. Small grid today, but hopefully it means we'll still have plenty of action on the track. Got two Mercedes there of the Hammer Time and Jonah. Got two Renaults of Jelly Melly and Frankie Pie. And two Williamses as well, Tax and Vinla. Got two Toro Rossos as well, Lambert and Salty TJ, one Ferrari and one Haas to join the group. Quickly run down how we're looking in terms of the standings. Jonah's left decision, that's not a good start, but Hammer Time's on his way. Currently in the standings, Frankie Pie is your championship leader. He's quite comfortably ahead at the moment. Higgsy in second, Brownie in third. Frankie Pie's on 135 points. Higgsy's on 108 and Brownie's on 96. Without those other two in today, that means it could be a little bit of a lead building up then for Frankie Pie. In fourth place we've got Hitton, fifth place is Scary. Again, neither of those two here today, so they'll be struggling to keep tabs on the, well, they're not going to lose ground on the top three because Brownie isn't going to go up at all because he's not here. Sixth place you got Lambert, he is here, he's there in fourth at the moment in the Toro Rosso. And who else we got? Hammer Time in seventh, Path eighth, Jonah ninth, and Goshi Senpai in 10th place. So we've just started the session and Hammer Time is going to come round to start us off on one of the first flying laps at the end of the day. And we'll see how he gets on this 5.4 kilometre track. It's 3 DRS zones, of which there are 3 detection points. First one here on the home straight. This is the most important one. This is where we're going to see the majority, I'm not going to say all, the vast majority of the action will be down into turn 1 as you get hard onto the brakes. Detection point for the second DRS is at the 50 metre board, so you can fancy a little dive into the corner and pick up DRS on this straight as you go through the exit of turn 3. So coming up towards turn 4, a little bit uphill. And this is where in the official esports we saw a little bit of a tangle, and hopefully we won't see too many of those today, although we will hopefully get some action on track. Let's go through turn 5, 6 and exit 7. That's where we can see a few people lose it on the exit 7. Just get a little too keen on the accelerating and just light those rears up and spin the car around. Through tight turn 8, and as we go downhill, down towards the hardest part of the track. There's just 2 corners. And you can see he's turning and braking at the same time. He's just scrubbed off so much speed in doing so. He's going to be a little bit down on time, but DRS on the straight again. Detection point for that is just before turn 9. And then we go up the hill, and as he fights to bring the car in towards the apex, he's well off it, unfortunately. Through turn 12, where, well, again, we could see some people losing it from the inside, just getting a bit too much on that curb. And the car just rotates quite easily on that point. Exit 13 as we go down towards the final, officially 2 corners. It's not really 2. Detection point for the home straight is at the 100 metre board, and then we get the power down through the exit. Then turn 15, get that DRS open, and we'll do a time of a 130.8, immediately beaten then by Sloppy with a 29.1. So who else is coming on up? Salty TJ on the softies coming up towards the line. Don't know if we'll see too many runners of the softs. It's most likely going to be mediums and hards here today. Salty TJ puts a 29.1 in, just a bit quicker than Sloppy, and considering he's on the soft compounds compared to Sloppy's hards, he's got his work cut out. As we've only got 10 drivers, everyone will be starting the race on the tyres they qualify on. That could prove quite crucial come the race, especially if someone's going to start lower down on a harder compound. They'll still be in a decent position to attack. And speaking of attack, he's done a 30.99 P5 at the moment. Let's have a look at Vinla. Last time I said that, he crashed. He hasn't crashed. Good job, Vinla. I think last week I immediately said, let's have a look at Vinla. Oh, Vinla's crashed, as I literally flipped over to him, and he hasn't. Fingers crossed he doesn't go out here on turn 7 and I haven't just jinxed him. I haven't. I'm good. I'm going to quickly move on before he does crash. Jonah, I would have seen Jonah, but Jonah just crossed the line with the 29.5, so we're still on board with Vinla. as he comes up to the hardest two corners of the track, fighting that car to bring it in, and does quite neatly get it back across the track. It's looking dry at the moment. Obviously, there is always a risk when you're doing dynamic weather of rain in pretty much anywhere. I don't know if we've got a chance of having rain here in Bahrain. It's very unlikely, but you just never know what happens during the race. Because I doubt anyone's ever really done a practice on this place in wet conditions. The chances of it actually being wet is very slim. Last corner then for Vinler. That car wanted to go a different way, but he's managed to correct it quite easily. Coming up to the line, P6 then, 30.4 for him. Let's have a look. Frankie Prix, our championship leader, currently down there in 9th, still to set a time. It's very, very early doors. We've got 11:40 left on that clock, so he's got a long time to get a time in. As he throws it into 9 and 10, sorry. And beautiful rotation there around that corner. That is so hard, because what's happening is you're going downhill, so you need to brake a little bit more, and you're turning, so you don't want to brake because you're turning. It's a corner that actually takes a lot of skill to get perfect every time. It'll come back to just, yeah, I can't do it myself. I have to brake so early for that because I want to lift off while turning. But I'm terrible at driving, that's why I'm sitting here in the commentator's booth. It saves me having to overly embarrass myself. Frankie Prix coming around then, the final corner stop, he's gone even faster. He's done a 28.747. And will that take off? It's taken off from the top though by Frankie Prix. He comes across with 28.189. Marino maybe in the Haas, he's coming up towards the line now. What can he do? DRS light being opened, and it's very slow. It's a 147. And funny enough, that's only P9 for him. Joey Melly's on an outlap still on his mediums. Let's see, it's Frankie Prix. He's not going again. He's on his way into the pits. He can't go again. Vinler can go again, and he doesn't improve. In fact, he's 5 seconds slower. So he's going to have another run on these mediums and see if he can improve. For his sake, hopefully he doesn't, because if he improves too much, then he's going to have to try and beat it with some fresh mediums later on. Assuming he doesn't fancy a run on softs. Julie Melly, he is out. He's just started as we go through turn 2 with him. And that turn 1, 2, 3 combo is going to be really crucial in the race. And it's going to be a real test for the drivers to try and overtake it on either side, inside or outside. If you try the inside, then you're out the outside for turn 2, and you might just then be run out of track. But then if you're on the outside going into it, then you could get run out of track on the inside of turn 2. It's not easy, but we'll see how people handle it in the race. It's just over 9 minutes until the end of qualifying, so we've got some time before we get to that point. There's the Renault Jelly Melly coming along the back straight towards turn 11. And yeah, so Maranello baby jumping up then to P3 with a 28.785. He's on the hards, he's done a couple of laps, but that's still a good time. He's very close to Sloppy's time, and he'll be trying to beat that later on. He'll probably be coming in to get some mediums on soon and do a few laps, as Jelly Melly is on those mediums. He's coming towards the line now. Hopefully for him it's going to be a quick one. It's not that quick. It's only a 29.773. And not what you want when you're running mediums. If you're going to start on mediums at this point, you probably want to be putting it ahead of all those hards. Otherwise you're going to be really stuck when it comes to the race. Frankie Prix has run out of fuel. Well, that's not good news for him. He's going to be trying to bring this one back to the pits, while hopefully for his sake not getting other people's way. Salty TJ is on a flyer, so let's stay with him, and hopefully Frankie Prix will be out of the way when Salty TJ gets to him. Where is Frankie? He's coming towards the race, so that's good. That's probably the best place to be when someone's on a flying lap coming up behind you. Getting towards the straight bit. Salty TJ going through the exit of turn 4 towards the little kinks of 5, 6 and 7. Quick look for where's Frankie Prix. He is on the straight, so that's good. means when Salty TJ catches him up, he should be able to pass nice and easily. And potentially grab a little toe. He's not going to get much off him because he's just going that slow. Where is he now? He's going towards the corner actually. Frankie is trying to get out of the way. Here comes Salty TJ round turn 11. Where is that slow Renault? It is. It's not on the racing line. That's fortunate for Salty TJ. And of course for Frankie Pie, the last thing he would want as a penalty. And Salty TJ just run very wide there on the exit of 13. Hopefully for his sake he's not invalidated. Coming up to the final couple of corners now. Let's see what can he do in that Toro Rosso. He is going to go for the line. DRS is open. And it's P2, 28.64624. As I'm yawning, there's no surprise there then. It's been a lovely day outside today. It's been rather sunny. I've been outside playing hockey, and yes, it is quite warm. That's why I'm a little bit tired. Slightly dehydrated and slightly tired. It's a great combo. Lambert coming around the final corner on his mediums, going towards the line now. What time can he do? The other Toro Rosso up in second. Lambert didn't even improve and taken one lap off those mediums, so hopefully he can either bring this in and go for another lap of some fresher mediums, or see if he might just keep going. Vinler's come out on his set of softs, so that's going to be an attempt to run for the top. Hamilton currently down in 10th place, last but not least, and that's a bit deep into that corner. That's a little bit deep into that one, and I think he might be bringing this one back to the pits because he's made a mess of that. Attacks has done 3 laps then on his. Just a small improvement on that last lap, but not enough to move him up. He's currently P8 alongside his teammate. Right, let's have a look further around. Lambert's in mode 4. He's up by 2/10, so he's looking good at the moment. Front runners are in the low 28s. He'll just be happy to get into the 28s, I think. And he's up by 6/10, so this could be quick. This could be in the 28s. If you can find another couple of tenths on this sector, it could be potential P2, maybe P3. Come around the final corner then. Get the power down as soon as you dare, really. Some people do it too soon and end up in the wall. He's done it pretty much perfectly towards the line. So 28.700, and he has put it P3. So good lap there from Lambert, but he is on the mediums. Let's have a look at the tyres what everyone else has used. He is pretty much matching pace with his teammate. His teammate did it on softs, so effectively Lambert should be faster if they were both on equal tyres, but still he's ahead of the other medium runners of Jelly Melly and Vinler, and well ahead of some other drivers. They're probably about 5 to 6 tenths between mediums and hards, maybe a little bit more actually, maybe 6 to 7 tenths. So we'll see how they work out. 4 minutes left of the session. We're getting towards the latter part of the race. And Lambert, let's have a look at Sloppy actually. Sloppy's coming towards where Lambert just was. That turn 9-10, a little lock up on the inside there, but looking good. Going up through those gears. He's slightly over revving it actually, and using all the track he dares. Yeah, we get an idea of how he's doing after this corner. And he's up by 4 tenths on his previous best, so this could, if he can get, oh, that might have made a mess of it, that might be invalidated. Just ran, again, similar to earlier, very wide at turn 13. Coming up to the final couple of corners, he needs pretty much 7 tenths improvement on his previous lap to take a pole position here. And it is a low time, a low 28, but not quite low enough. When I say not quite low enough, have a look at the gap to leader. 5 thousandths of a second. That is quite ridiculously close. So he's going to be absolutely gutted. That was all that one mistake going wide at 13. Probably cost him that lap, that pole position there. He's got another chance. It's not over just yet. He is currently down on his previous best, but he will probably, if he's going to go again, he's going to go again on these tyres. I don't think he's got time to come in and change tyres. Frankie Pie is out on a run. Where is his teammate, Jellyman? He's right behind him, actually, getting a little toe down that back straight. Let's go back to Frankie Pie, as we're going to get a split here. He's running on the mediums. He's currently up by just over a tenth. So that would be good. He'll probably end up a couple of tenths ahead and might just break into the 127s then. As he's coming towards the final corners, the yellow flag in sectors 2 and 3. Was that his teammate having a little incident? It was his teammate having a little incident. He's kept it going though, has picked up damage. Where is that? That's turn 13, so he's lost it on turn 12, as I was mentioning earlier. Just get too much of that inside curb, stabilises the car, you put it in the wall, and end your qualifying, because there's no way Jelly Melly can get back to the pits. His teammate though did get into the 127s, has provisional pole. Sloppy starts his final lap. Where is Vinler? He's backing out of this. Where is he going to go again? Is he getting himself... No, he's done. He's got red fuel, so he's bringing this into the pits. He's done for the day. Jelly Melly, as I say, he's in the pits. Where is Lambert? We've got 125 left, so we've got plenty of time. Attacks is about to start his flying lap. Where's Hammer Time? He's in the middle of his lap. Just trying to find someone coming towards the end. Marino Moby, second place so far. He looks to be done. Let's have a look quickly actually at the best. So that's on equal terms with Sloppy. He's put that P2, so that's good. Sloppy has... He's up already though. He's up by just over a tenth. And that was the end of the first sector. Let's stay with him. He could be the man to dethrone Frankie Pie at the top of the timings. Where is Frankie Pie? He's not doing a lap. He's got red fuel. I don't think he's got enough to get to the end. I think he's done. All down to Sloppy then with 35 seconds left of this session. Obviously, oh, he's done it again. He likes that wide line. As long as it doesn't invalidate, it should be fine. If it invalidates, it's a very risky move. Coming around the final corner then is Sloppy. Power down towards the line. DRS coming open. Has he got pole? He has got pole. Massive improvement. Again, just ahead. Frankie Pie is in the pits. Marino Baby is still out there. But he's going slow, so he's done. Where is Vinler? He's in the pits. Salted TJ is on a lap. He's only just ahead of his previous best. His teammate is just behind him. So let's stay with Salted TJ for a little bit. See if he can get up to the front. He has those soft tyres, so if he can get... He's gone even wider than Sloppy had. Yellow in sector 1 2. What's happening in 1 and 2? Oh, it's Hammer Time's happening. That's corner 7 into 8. So again, similar to what I mentioned on the hot lap, just power down too soon on the wide curbs and lost the rear end, and that's him done. Soft TJ goes P4, but on soft tyres. Lambert, his teammate, coming towards the final couple of corners now. Potentially the only man that can spoil the party. Get that DRS open. A little slow. That's probably that little DRS being slow open might have actually just cost them pole position. He was just ever so slightly slow. We're talking about a tenth or two, and that could have quite easily cost him pole position there. Especially if he's done that on the other DRS sections, just slightly slow of getting it open, like a tenth or two on every single DRS section. There's 3 on the lap, and if you include the one at the start, that's 4. And that, again, that could have cost him a pole position here. But it's close nonetheless. Lambert splitting Sloppy and Frankie Pie. He's on the softs. Marino Baby in 4th on the mediums. Then a couple more softs, then a medium, then a hard, then 2 mediums. And that's what they'll be starting on, those tyres you can see on your screen at this moment. And we are just now waiting for Sloppy to retire from session. He's the only man who needs to. And we can move on. And there we go. So let's have a quick final rundown then of that qualifying. For some reason that screen on his right had Monaco on it. We don't have Monaco. Okay, so there you go. Confirmation Sloppy is your pole sitter. Just under a tenth, 900ths of a second ahead of Lambert, who did it on the softs. And Frankie Pie is going to be in 3rd. He's going to have the block of Lambert. He's going to have to get past him quite soon. Lambert's going to hopefully get away quickly. And 4th place was Marinabi, followed by Salty, Vinler, Hammer Time, Jonah, Jelly Millie, and Attacks. Right, so now we're just going to wait for all the drivers to make those final changes to their setups, get that strategy sorted, and they'll be getting on into the race any moment now. Quickly, I'm going to put this one up for a second. On the constructors front, McLaren is your leader on 188, Renault on 136, Red Bull 133, Mercedes 72, Haas 67, Red Bull, not Red Bull, it says Red Bull on the side, but it's not. It's Toro Rosso 59, Ferrari 47, Racing Point 39, Williams 6, and Alpha on 3 points. So, the formation lap is on its way. Well, we'll put the tyres on because they've not changed. No surprise there. They shouldn't have changed, and they haven't, so that's always useful. So, Lambert, Salty, and Vinler all starting on softs. Interesting enough that the 2 Tauroses are both starting on soft, so if they both have their tyres sort of go off at the same time, they're going to be looking to try and dull stop, which means the go behind could be in a bit of an issue. But hopefully they'll be able to manage that in the race. Maybe there'll be a big enough gap between them when they get to that point. But it's going to be so crucial for those soft guys to get ahead of the mediums in front of them if they want a chance of getting a podium here today. Softs are not ideal to be running. The strategy is mediums to hards or hards to mediums. Softs could go softs to hards, but you're going to be running both sets of tyres to the very limit, and it could backfire on you. But we'll see how they do in the race. I mean, they may fancy a 2-stop softs, mediums, or softs, mediums, softs. Get a nice sprint at the end. But, I mean, we'll see how we go in the race. It's 29 laps of racing. We've just got to get the formation lap done with, and then we'll get on into it. It's anyone's guess on what people are going to go for. And we'll see how they're going to start. Yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag? Because that was Lambert was off track. Don't often see yellow flags in a formation lap, but Lambert managed to cause one. Somehow. I'm not sure he's managed that. Maybe he had a little contact with that driver who's sat on the grid. Is that Frankie Pie? No, it's Vinler in P6. So Sloppy taking up his place at the front on the left hand side. Lambert will be coming through to take up his place alongside him, and we are going to get the race underway with ever so shortly. And here we go. 5 red lights. And they're off. And they're off. And they're off. There we go. Sloppy leads on down towards turn 1. He's covering off Lambert. A little bit of desync there for Frankie Pie. But Vinler, start of champs. There's a bit of nudging going on there. Oh, a lot of nudging going on there. A lot of front wings being nudged off. That was Salty TJ losing the front right on Vinler. Vinler had a cracking start. Somehow was up in the lead, and now he's just dropping like a stone. He's lost front wing on the left hand side. He had an absolute stormer of a start and just struggled to get it through turn 1. Maybe just carried too much speed, and now he's going to be swarmed by everyone who's got 4 front wings. And there goes Jelly Manny down the inside. Vinler can't do anything about it. And next up is Jonah. He's going to have a look. Vinler is really going to be struggling, especially in these types of corners. He's had to go on to the runoff. Jonah comes through. Hamilton's going to come through as well, and his teammate is going to potentially come through in a moment. Let's have a look. Where is his teammate? He's just a bit off the back of him. And Hamilton up to P8. Let's have a look at the moves and shakers so far on this opening lap. 3 places game. Mario maybe absolutely storming to a lead. Let's have a look at him. Has there been a bit of damage then for Frankie Pie or Sloppy, or was Marinello just storming out front? He looks okay. He looks okay. They all look okay from my point of view. We can't see a full story, There may be some little damage that we can't see. Jelly Melly up 3 as well on the back of Salty TJ. Salty on those softs, Jelly Melly on mediums, and Jelly Melly's looking to make moves already. I've only just started lap 2 and he's going to go for it down the inside. Where's my camera? Come on. There we go. Jelly Melly is through on Salty. Salty with front wing damage of his own. Vinlet has made it into the pits. And we'll be going on to a set of hards. Jonah looking to slide one down the inside there. Salty trying to fight, but just realising that... Oh, okay. I mean, that's one way of trying to say, oh, you're not coming past. But Jonah is through. He doesn't look like he's picked up damage. He escaped the little slide. I'm going to call it a slide or mistake from Salty. Hammer Time also comes through. Tax will be coming through shortly as well. Jonah runs deep. Salty TJ trying to make moves back at Hammer Time, but nothing to come of it just yet. Let's have a look up at the lead. Frankie Pie is right on the rear of the Haas as they're going through turn 12. Now, can Frankie Pie get the run out of this corner? We're going to have DRS enabled at the end of this lap, and they're going to get it almost immediately down the second straight after turn 3. So Frankie Pie may just sit behind Maranello for a little bit. Just use the slipstream to save a bit of ERS, save a little bit of fuel, but don't let him get out of reach just yet. Or wherever, really. Maranello is trying to do a little bit of weaving to break that slipstream. Frankie Pie says, don't care. I'm going to sit here. And now DRS has been enabled. It's going to be available for Frankie Pie on the straight. He's got a cracking drive out the corner. Lambert, 5-second penalty for corner cutting. That's a big penalty, and Frankie Pie goes through to take the lead. He's going to run deep. Is Maranello going to get the cut back? He's trying. Lambert's left the session. He's obviously a little bit annoyed at his 5-second and has gone already. But Frankie Pie is our new race leader. Let's have a look at Lambert quickly. He has just picked up that 5-second penalty. He looks like he's still in the game. He doesn't appear to be ghosting. I think he is. He says he's disconnected next to his name. He has left the session. But he's just not ghosting, which is not making it easy for some drivers when he's going so slow. Tax is going to have an easy time overtaking him here. I thought he was. Light on the brakes, trying to go round the outside of turn 11. Through goes Tax up into P7. Tax is making attacks then at the drivers. Jonah's up to the back of Jelly Melly. Hard tyres versus mediums. Jelly should have the drive, or the extra grip, but he's just not being able to put away from Jonah. And now we're coming towards DRS section. Frankie Pie goes fastest, 31.9. Up there in the lead. He's trying to get a lead, as I say, over Maranello. Jonah now slipstream DRS mode 3 at the moment. Jelly Melly goes defensive. He's going to make Jonah go around the outside. Jonah's going to try and go around the outside. He's got on the outside. Now he's got the inside. But would Jelly Melly get the drive off that he needs? No, he won't. Jonah's got DRS as well. Jelly Melly's not going quietly. Is he going to send one down the inside? He is going to try. He jumps the curb and hasn't made the place. Jonah still holding on then to P4 on those hard tyres, which is good for him. Jelly Melly just made a little bit of a mistake there through the S's. It's just dropped back a little bit more, back towards Hammer Time. Hammer Time may be fancying a little bit of jelly for tonight's dinner. Out front, oh, Jelly Melly's gone very deep there. Hammer Time, he's not going to be able to capitalise on this just yet. But Jelly Melly's now falling outside the DRS zone of Jonah. He's already made a couple of mistakes this lap, so if he makes another one, he may lose a position or two. Hammer Time is right there on the rear. Tax isn't that far behind. Jelly Melly runs wide. On track, but still not ideal line through that corner. Hammer Time just can't find a way through. Now he's going to sit back in the DRS. There's going to be, at slipstream, there's going to be DRS detection just here before the corner. And Jelly Melly doesn't appear to have got it from Jonah, so Hammer Time is going to make a relatively simple overtake here. Jelly just sticks in the middle of the track. Hammer Time says it's tea time, and Jelly is on the menu. Although Jelly wants to come back. Jelly is coming back. He's trying to go round the outside. He has just come back. He's a little bit off track there. Is he going to have to give that position back? He's lagging a little bit. He's got DRS. Hammer Time is going to say, look, I told you it's dinner time. I want Jelly. And Jelly says, you ain't getting anything, mate. Hammer Time is now back ahead, but Jelly is going to try and come back through. And Jelly's looking... He's looking down the inside. Great driving from these two. Jelly is not quite ahead. Hammer Time is ahead now. Jelly's going to get DRS. He's trying for a move down into the hairpin. A little bit of a nudge in there. Hammer Time had to go on off. And that has cost Hammer Time a chance to come back. Jelly taking a lunge down into turn 10. It came off quite well. Just a little bit of contact, but it's all fair and love and war at this point. Jelly a little bit of corner cutting as well to go with it. He's just looking a little bit wobbly through those corners. Is Jelly. Right, can someone record how many Jelly jokes I've made in the last 5 minutes, please? Hammer Time is still there on the back of Jelly for now. And going to get DRS once again on this home straight. Now, can he secure this move? Not if he drives like that through a corner, he won't. Just too much speed. He tried to carry through. And lost a lot to Jelly. He won't be close enough to even consider a dive here. Although Jelly's a little bit of jistering, so it just helps him a bit. And even more jistering then. Hammer Time is back up to the rear of him. That Renault is prime for picking by Hammer Time. Is he going to have to go down the inside? He's going to have to go down the inside, come towards the corner. Hammer Time is through for now, but this is where Jelly just got the drive last time. He's not going to get it this time. Jelly is trying to make moves back at Hammer. And he can't dive from that far back, mate. And he hasn't. He knows it. Meanwhile, out front, Frankie Pike has a 1.5 second lead. Sloppy and Maranello are relatively close, half a second between them. Jonah's in a little race of his own, 9.5 seconds off Sloppy, and it's going to be 5 and a bit seconds off his teammate down in 5th. And this is currently battle 5th and 6th. There's battle behind for 8th and 9th. As Jelly's lost it! How has he not lost the wheel? How has he not lost the wheel? He gave that wall a huge hit. He's definitely going to have to bring this one into the pits. His tyres are going to be hating him right about now. Along with that wing, Attacks is going to come on through with relative ease. Jelly Melee says, I need a wing and I need some new tyres. Brings it into the pits. Let's have a look back up for the battle for 3rd place. Sloppy versus Maranello. It's medium tyres versus mediums. Effectively, it's Ferrari versus Ferrari when you think about it. The Haas has a Ferrari. The Ferrari, obviously, has a Ferrari. And Sloppy wants them to call up the headquarters and get Maranello out the way. He's been on the back of him for a fair few laps now. Is he fancying a little move here? They are 2 seconds off Frankie Pie, who's in the lead. He's got a nice comfortable gap. Generally comes out on soft, so he's going to just push these softs as long as he can, then come on to hards, I suspect. Unless he fancies a medium run. He might be able to do that. We'll find out as we go. But Sloppy is still on the back then of Maranello. Battle for 2nd place. Is Sloppy going to fancy a chance in still one? It's all about this corner here. He's close enough, that's for sure. He's just picked up a rev limiter bug for my annoyance. But now, mode 4, DRS, slipstream. All he's got. Maranello's weaving to try and break the slipstream. Sloppy is trying to make a move, but he's now looking for the cutback. It's going to be hard to get. He needs to get the drive off this corner if he's going to have a chance. He's got a decent one. He's got DRS. Has he got the moves? He looked down around the outside, realised there's nothing there. Yellow in 2 and 3. Who's causing that? That'd be Vinla is causing that again at turn 12, catching another driver out. This time it's Vinla. Avoiding damage though, by the looks of things. No end plates missing on that car, which is good to see for him. let's go back to Sloppy, who's still on the back of Maranello. Bats off a second, half a second between them. And Sloppy's just constantly in the DRS, but doesn't seem to be trying to make moves. Maybe he just can't quite get the drive off. Maranello's on 52% ERS compared to Sloppy's 80. So there's a fair difference there. And Sloppy just needs to keep this pressure going, make Maranello burn off some more ERS, give himself a chance. As we're coming towards the beginning of lap number 9 here of 29. A big gap forming between these front three and Jonah in 4th. 10 seconds is the gap there. Lambert in 7th, 23 seconds off the back of attacks. Obviously the back four have all made a pit stop after contact, either with another driver or with a wall. Vindler was the early leader of this race, sending one down the inside into turn 1. He picked up some damage for his troubles though. I'd like to have another look at that start later on and see exactly how he managed to get there, as Sloppy has appeared to have fixed his revolution bug. As I said, that it comes back on. Yellow in 2 and 3, that looks like Vindler's had a mistake. Yellow in 6 to 3 still. Let's have a quick look. Maybe that was Vindler. He's still got a wing though. He may have made a couple of mistakes, but still all the end plates are on that car. And Sloppy is just unable to do anything with the Haas in front of him. As we're coming towards this last straight before the home straight now, he needs to stay on the back of him and get the drive off this corner. Or was he starting to think, when can I pit for the undercut? He started on pole, he's now down in 3rd place and losing time to the race leader, who's 3.7 seconds clear. Sloppy's in mode 4. Maranello lags a little bit. Sloppy's going to try and do a switch back on him. Now it's all about this. Can he get that drive? That looks much better. He's right on the rear of the Haas. He's going to go down the inside into 4. Sloppy wants to come back to the racing line. He's going to go side by side through 4. Sloppy still there. He has it for now. And he's just ahead. He's just switched back ahead. Sloppy finally making that move up to 2nd place. And now he can set his eyes on race leader Frankie Pie. See if he can catch him up there. Now Vindler, 3-second penalties is a name. Hopefully he's not making more mistakes at turn 12. He's done a couple already today. As Maranello gets DRS. Gap was 0.6 and now 0.5 and closing just a little bit. But he now needs to stay on the back of the Ferrari through these corners if he wants a chance of coming at him on this lap. And he's just losing a little bit of time here, taking some interesting lines through corners. Detection point is at the end of this straight and looks like he might not get DRS. Detection point is there. Actually, he might have just nicked it by, well, half a tenth. And he has. He's just dropped outside the 1 second window, so it's going to be crucial. Maranello, I need to get his name right. Needs to close up a little bit. He has. He's closed up just enough to get DRS on the next straight. It's starting to bring him back into it, but he just needs to connect these corners together. Frankie Pie's just lost half a second. I think he might have made a mistake at turn 1. 2.2. His lead was 4 seconds not that long ago, and it's coming down. Has Frankie Pie just had a little mistake somewhere? Gap is tumbling. Absolutely tumbling. He's an AI. What's happened to Frankie Pie? He's going to be taken. That's why he's just not getting the drive. He isn't even there. That is heartbreaking for the current race or current championship lead. He's going to just drop even further back. And he's now down to 3rd place. Sloppy takes a race lead. Frankie Pie needs to get reconnected. But Sloppy getting a penalty, that's going to be good news for Frankie Pie and Maranello. But Frankie Pie is still not in the game. And he's going to lose even more time. Then another penalty to his name. Yeah, Frankie Pie just dropping back. So Sloppy comes in, preventing the undercut then from Maranello. He's going to try for the overcut. Sloppy will come out well ahead then of Hammer Time. He's got a 21-second gap to Sloppy when he came in. Sloppy now coming down the pit lane. Where is Hammer Time? He is in the pits. So Sloppy was race lead. Will he still be race lead after the pit stops? Maranello needs to put together a mighty in-lap if he wants to take that position back off him. Frankie Pie, I still believe, is an AI. It looks that way. Maybe he's not left the session. I think maybe he's on pause screen. Maybe something's come up. Hopefully he can get back in and claim some decent points, because he's going to be closed up quite quickly then to Jonah. Jonah, he's less than 4 seconds off the back of Frankie Pie. But look at that, it just comes down tenths at a time. It's not like it's just coming down a couple of hundredths every now and again. It's just coming down a couple of tenths, which is a lot. It's gone from 2.9 to 2.4 to 2.1. It's not going to be long before Sloppy's back ahead of him. So heartbreaking there, Frankie Pie, championship leader, is looking like he's got some issues. And Jonah's going to be taking this one off him relatively soon, probably on this straight actually. Most likely Frankie Pie is in. Maranello baby is in. Where though is Sloppy? Sloppy's coming around the front of the corner. Where now is Maranello? He's coming down the pit lane. There's the fry. You can just see Sloppy is going to be coming out right alongside, is he? No, the Haas isn't even seen. Haas is now coming up to speed and is in P3. And so Sloppy doing a decent outlap to cover off the overcut from Maranello. It's really hard to get right, but sometimes it does work. Just depends on the driver. Hammer Time gets past the taxis up to P5. Taxi's on his way out. He's going to lose a place to Lambert. Where's Jelly? Jelly's coming out as well. Jelly's coming out right alongside the taxi. Taxi's going to be slow in the corner. Jelly's got warm, but very worn softs. Now, he's going to be all over the back end of the Williams. He's going to be on cold, hard tyres. Jelly Melly is going to be through for now into P7. A little bit of nudging going on. So that tax has gone very deep. And Jelly Melly doesn't claim the place off the Williams. He's going to have to settle for P8 for now. And potential pit stop in the next few laps. If that, it may be next couple of laps. 6 laps on these softs, going to be bringing them right to the end of their life. And hopefully, I mean, he's going to be P10 when he comes out after his pit stop, but the other two will be stopping as well, most likely. But he's now in the DRS, is looking to make a move down the inside. That's a corner cut. And potential nudge then of attacks, but Jamie is through. Frankie Pie's dropping places again. He's now behind Hammer Time. But Joey May up into P7 using what he's got left of those tyres. And so Frankie Pie still, I believe, an AI. Let's see if that gap gets any slower. It's looking like an AI based on how he's driving down that corner. Yeah, he still is. So Frankie Pie's going to drop another place. Just have a quick look and see if there's anything on the Discord. So Lambert closing up to Frankie Pie, still an AI. And this will be a relatively simple overtake for the Toro Rosso. Frankie Pie can't do anything about it. Through goes Lambert up into P5. Simple as you like. Jelly Melly, the next man to get to the back, and it'll be his teammate. Apologies, I'm just trying to see if anything's happening. Jelly Money will make simple overtake here on his teammate down the inside. He's trying. Salty TJ's left the session again, down there in 9th. Jelly Money looking to make moves round his teammate into the gravel trap. He'll lose a bit of time there. Tax is still there. And Jelly Money looking to make moves still on his teammate. Tax is sitting behind, waiting to see what comes of this. And he may fancy a move here on Jelly Melly. Those soft tyres are going to be starting to hurt. Jelly Melly sends one down the inside. A little bit of a nudge on his teammate. Attacks comes through as well. And up into P7 goes Attacks, and still on the back of Jelly. And he's getting relatively close to the back of Lambert as Jonah, our race leader, has pitted. He'll come out in 3rd place then in a little race of his own. But Jelly Melly will be pitting hopefully for his sake sometime soon. These softs are 8 laps in. Somehow he's still not losing control of the car. Now Tax is just not able to close up to the back of him. He is in that DRS zone, or range, sorry. And now Jelly Melly moves over. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. So Tax will go through up into P6. Jelly Melly will be coming out on most likely mediums then. And we'll have it all to do from last place. But on fresher tyres than everyone else around him. Salty TJ and Villa most likely to stop again before the end of this race. They don't have to. They started on a different compound to the hards. But they don't have to. Yeah. I mean, they could try and get those to the end. Salty TJ's back in the session. Jelly is out then on his... He went for hards, interesting. He didn't fancy the mediums. So, once he gets these up to temperature, he'll be up, hopefully, on the back end of Vinla. And, well, as Frankie Pie will be dropping back, Salty TJ and Vinla will go past him before the end of this. Or is Frankie Pie back? It looks like Frankie Pie's back. He is down in 7th place, but he looks like he's back in the race. Although, as I say that, there we go, it's starting to change. So, Frankie Pie, race leader at one point, had a decent lead. Somehow must have had some issues somewhere. Became an AI for a fair few laps. Dropped from 1st down to 7th. He does have fresh hard tyres. His only concern is going to be Jonah and just how far back he is off everyone really. Lambert we expect to be pitting. He's on 12 lap old mediums, he shouldn't be thinking about taking those to the end. Frankie Pie just needs to now get himself back in the groove, get back up to attacks. Or attacks. I'll call them attacks. So, 3.2 is the gap. And he will be trying to carve through that lead. There is the Williams, not too far ahead of him. And now it's all on Frankie Pie. He is Champions League. He's got a decent lead. He's going to be extending it, assuming he finishes here today. I think he would have liked to extend it by 25 points and not 8, as he may end up getting. But 2.7 is the gap still. And that gap is starting to come down. It's looking like it was the other way around. Gap's coming down by a couple of tenths every now and again. It's almost like when he was an AI and people were closing up to him. He's just carving through the time. He should be up to the Williams soon, and then when Lambert pits, he'll have some free air to try. I don't think he will catch up to hammer time. He's only got 10 laps to do it. Well, 12 laps really to do it. Or 11 now. 12. Some laps. Stuff. Words. So he should make relatively simple work of the Williams in front of him. Further back, Jelly Melly is on the back of Vinler. Vinler's in the pits. So Jelly Melly up into P8. Frankie Pine now in the DRS of attacks. And he should be getting it down the straight just here. Detection point was there. He's inside that 1 second window. Maranello maybe goes fastest on a set of hard tyres. 31 and something. I just missed the something part. Let's have a look at the fastest lap quickly. He's up there in second place. 31.2 was his fastest lap. Jonah did a 31.35. And he's now on the medium, so hopefully Jonah can nick that back off him, considering he's got grippier tyres. Frankie Pie sticking to the back end of this Williams, going through the final couple of corners. Now he's going to get the drive. Frank attacks, runs wide. Frankie Pie says, "Thank you. I will take that position, and I'll have DRS, and see you later." And attacks will get it here on the next straight, but I suspect Frankie Pie will be able to nail the exit and start pulling away, as the gap to Lambert in front is closing up as well. 5th place is within Frankie Pie's reach after a dismal fair few laps. Actually, I think it's about 6 or 7 laps he was an AI for, and it really cost him. Let's have a quick look at Maranello maybe up there in P2, 2.9 seconds off the back of Sloppy. Sloppy has a 3-second penalty to his name, so if Maranello can keep it within 3 seconds, he will take the race win here today. He's got 1 lap fresher tyres, ERS difference is negligible. Jono now gets the fastest lap with a 31.1, so he's most likely going to get that extra point, although there are other cars that can beat it later on. Hamilton with a 3-second penalty. That's going to be a little bit helpful for Frankie Pie if he can get to that point, but that's 9 seconds away, and we only have 10 laps left of the race, or 9 and this one, or what's left of this one. So it's going to be a little bit of a big ask, Frankie Pie. Frankie Pie wants the fastest lap, absolutely smashing it out there on those hards. He's definitely back in control of that car. 2.6 is the gap now between Maranello and our race leader Sloppy. And Sloppy's coming out to some back markers here. That would be Vinler, and that could be helpful for Sloppy if you can get up to the back end of the Williams on this final corner. He'll get slipstream and some DRS down the home straight, which is really going to help him out. He just doesn't. He's not going to be close enough though, and Vinler will stay ahead for now. Let's have a quick look back then at Frankie Pie. 1.1 is the gap, just outside the DRS zone, coming across the line. He will get slipstream, that's a certain. And he's inside that 1 second window, and 0.7 now is the gap. Lambert is on very old mediums. I think he might be pitting this lap or next lap for a set of softs, because I really don't expect those mediums to last to the end. And it's going to be a risk if he goes for it. Frankie Pie, where's he going to go? He's not going to go anywhere just yet. 0.2 is the gap he's going to get. A great drive off this corner. Lambert moves over to the right to say, I'm going in the pits. This ain't my fight. So Frankie Price gets DRS anyway, and can now set his sights a little bit on hammer time. When I say a little bit, I don't expect he'll be chasing after him, but he may find out that hammer time has penalties to his name. He may fancy trying to get up into just a few seconds off the back of him and then claim that position through the penalties. Meanwhile out front, 2.5 is the gap between race leader and Maranello in second place. That is very important for Maranello, who can just try and sit inside that 3-second window. 3-second penalty to Sloppy could be crucial come the end of this race. And Sloppy's still trying to catch up to Vinler. Vinler's doing actually a decent job of staying ahead of him. He may be a back marker, but he's not getting blue flags. Vinler's made a fair few mistakes today, but he's still in the race. So is everyone, actually. 22 laps in, or 21 completed laps on lap 22. And we've still got all 10 drivers, which is good to see. Don't often see it. Somehow we haven't had DNFs. Some people have given the wall a good kiss in. And 2.3 is now the gap between first and second. Further back, Jelly Melly 1.5 off the back of Lambert. Lambert on fresh softs, so we'll be looking to get that fastest lap. Frankie Pie is 9.7 off the back of hammer time. He is going for it. He only needs to find about 6 seconds to get inside that 3-second gap that he needs to be inside of. I said it was going to be outside the realms of possibility, but it's starting to look like it could well be inside. Vinler's starting to pick up a couple of blue flags now, and he may be having to pull over shortly to let race leader through. But race leader is quite happy sitting behind on the straights because he gets a bit of a tow, pulls himself away from Maranello, maybe behind, and especially if he can get DRS, he'll be well chuffed, and he has. And Vinler moves over. Soppy says, "Oi, come back here, I want your slipstream." Soppy goes through. Where is Maranello? Quite far back. He's lost a couple of tenths down this straight because of that DRS for Sloppy and the slipstream. In fact, he's lost about 4 tenths on that straight alone. And now he needs to close up himself onto Vinland. You do a similar sort of overtake. If you can catch him at the same point of the track, then it'd be great. If he catches him somewhere that he doesn't want to pass, like he's happy sitting behind for a little bit, as long as he's not losing too much time. Is he within range of DRS here? Yes, he is, so good for Maranello. 2.3 as the gap. Vinler moves over. DRS open for Maranello. 2.3 is still the gap between race lead and him. And now he's got his eyes set on that prize. Lambert does set the fastest lap on those softs. 29.6. That's quite a quick lap. Frankie Pie is 7.1 off the back of hammer time. 6.5 off the back of hammer time. That's a big leap. He won't be able to catch up to Jonah, but he might fancy hammer time here. This one isn't over, not by a long shot. Let's have a look further back towards... That was just the sudden jump. Okay, that gap's just come down to less than 2 seconds, but it's gone back over 2 seconds. Now, just as I looked away, it dropped down a fair bit. Well, let's have a look at Lambert catching up to the rear of his teammate. 1.4, 1.3 is the gap now. It is softs versus hards. It should be relatively simple, especially if they are teammates. They should be letting each other past if they know it's not their fight. But as always, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass. And if you catch him at the right place, it's easy. And he's catching him at that right place. Into the final corner, getting that DRS. 0.8, 0.76 now. just get such a good drive off this corner. He comes off 0.6 behind, but now DRS is open. If he doesn't make the move here, then he'll definitely make it on the next straight. Salty TJ defending the inside, or is he letting his teammate through? Well, looks like he's letting his teammate through. Lambert through to P7. Salty TJ is going to have to sit in 8th. Frankie Pie has just caught up a lot. What on earth has happened there? He's just obliterated the time between him and Hammer Time. Is Hammer Time having a few connection issues? Is that the problem? As Jonah comes in, he's going to look to go onto some softs and go back for that fastest lap. He's got 29 seconds over his teammate, so there shouldn't be too many problems. So Lambert, is Hammer Time having some issues? Because that's what's allowing Frankie Pie such to close right up. I mean, what's... Hammer Time has just dropped like a stone over the last few laps. And through goes Frankie Pie up into 4th place. Easy overtaking the end. What is up with Hammer Time? He does have that DRS open to attempt to close back up to the Renault, but I fear it's all for now. I'm just wondering now. I know Maranello won't come in, will he? He knows that he's inside the 3-second window. The only reason he'll come in now is sloppy DNFs. It's not worth the risk. You're not going to gain the 20 odd seconds back. But Frankie Pie, after leading this race and having connection issues, is back in 4th place. He's not going to get a podium, but at least he'll be back in this and getting a nice haul of points to extend his championship lead. As the action's starting to die away a little bit now, but we are nearly at the end of the race, so it doesn't really matter. We're on 26 of 29. We're going to go have a look at Maranello, baby, once again up there in 2nd place. I believe Sloppy has a 3-second penalty. I've seen it. I don't know if I've seen Maranello get any. The only person that will know for certain is him, and the man in front of him will know their penalty differences. So if Maranello, baby, has 3 less seconds, then he's in the perfect place. If they have equal, then he needs to get past, and it's not looking like he will. So does he fancy coming into the pits and going for a fastest lap? Let's have a look at someone going for the fastest lap. It's Jonah on those soft tyres. Yes, we're coming towards turn 9 and 10. He may be 30 seconds off the lead, but a podium's a podium at the end of the day. That's all he's going to care about now. Sort of gifted it by Frankie Pie's issue, but he won't care. He'll just be happy to be standing on that 3rd place. As he's going after, going after the fastest lap. Let's see what the split is here. 1.1 seconds up on his best. His best was a 30.9, so at the moment he's on a 29.8. If you can find a couple of tenths in this last sector, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does, he will have the fastest lap. Coming up to the line now, no DRS for him. It is the fast lap of 29.5, just faster. And getting past the back marker there to boot. Let's go up back to the race lead. 2.5 is the gap now. Lap 27 of 29. I believe, as I keep saying it, I believe Sloppy has 3 seconds of penalties. Maranello has none. So he just needs to stay inside that 3-second window, and then he'll take the race lead on the line. Obviously, I mean, Sloppy, if he felt the penalty was unjust, then he might try and appeal it, but Maranello just needs to sit here as Lambert is pitting again. Has he just outdone himself on those softs? Or does he want to take that fastest lap back off Jonah? He will be coming out in P9. And it's a strange decision to lose 2 places to gain 1 fastest lap. And he's going to lose more points than he's going to gain unless he can guarantee himself getting past Jelly Melly. But when you're 17 seconds back, it's not going to be easy. 21 seconds back even. And he's had to put on used softs to boot. He's run out of softs. So 2.2 seconds now. I was about to say 2-1. It's 2 on the nose. Now it's 2-1 between first and second place. As we're on 28 of 29. The rest of this and 1 more to go. Can Sloppy somehow turn the wick up and pull away, get outside that 3-second window that I believe that he needs? Time will tell. Well, 1.8 it's coming down a little bit actually. Marinello Baby has turned the wick up himself and will be trying to close up onto Sloppy. Maybe there is no difference in penalties. 1.7 now. He's closing up. He's not going quietly. But maybe has he left it too little too late? We're going to find out shortly as we come around the final corner to start the final lap of the day. .7 is the gap. He's got only a handful of DRS sections left. If he gets close enough, he won't be here. Let's quickly look back to Lambert. He has already started a lap, so he'll now be trying to beat his previous best. Marinello is 1.6 off the back of Hammer, off Sloppy. That was Hammer getting a penalty, that's why I said his name. That shouldn't cost him much. He definitely has 1, maybe he's got 2 to his name, but Attacks has a couple to himself. And I think Marinello won't be catching up to Sloppy. 1.7 is the gap there. And it is looking like Sloppy's going to take the win but lose it through penalties. All will be confirmed on the line. Just only a few corners left to come through 12 into 13. Back marker ahead as well. And that one shouldn't cause him too many issues because that marker is it Jelly? It is Jelly, so he will be finishing unless he fancies letting the race leader pass so he doesn't have to race an entire lap. Oh, Sloppy. Just a little slide off the final corner just to give himself a little jolt in the heart. Sloppy comes across the line. Marinello takes the win through penalties. Great driving then by Marinello to close up inside that 3-second window and take the win. Jonas go with the next man up. He's 30 seconds back. We're probably going to... There we go. Lambert comes across. Did he get the fastest lap in the end? No, he didn't. Vinler will also be coming up. But first of all, it will be Jonah in 3rd place. Then Vinler. Frankie Pie's recovery drive. Going back to 4th, so a decent recovery from him. And if only Jonah had a few penalties, he might have had a chance to jump in him. Hamilton going to come across in 5th. And does so. Next up is Attacks in 6th. Rather spread out back here. It's just going to take a little while for everyone to come up. And Joe Meadows retired. Where's he? He's done that on the final corner. It was in sector 3. He wasn't quite at the final corner then. But Joe May has retired. And there we go. And Marinello takes the race win through penalties, but happy to still be at the top. and we'll get a full confirmation of those final positions. There you go. So Maranova takes the win from Sloppy. Jonah in third. Frankie Pie, after his connection issues, is back up into fourth. Hammer Time in fifth. Tax sixth. Followed by Salty, Jeremy DNF, but still classified as eighth. Lambert in ninth, and Vinda, last but not least, in 10th. And there we go. So that is the end of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Join us again next week when we will be in Singapore. Conveniently, I believe it is the Singapore Grand Prix that weekend. And that's how the Vroom Vroom Dudes League do it. They put it in line with the official calendar and randomise the rest of the races. So if you've got a race in an actual race, they'll be there. And they are there next weekend in Singapore. So join us then. Thanks for being here.